We're here today talking with Terry Newman about his book, It's Not Always About You. Terry, thanks for joining us today.
Scott, I appreciate you having me. Looking forward to this.
So tell
This
us
is
a
all
little
new
bit.
for me.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to
This is
interrupt
all
you.
new for me, so I'm excited to do this. But I would love to get the book out. Love for people to read it and enjoy it also.
Tell us about your book.
Scott, the book came to me. Oh, it's been a year and a half ago now. I say came to me. God just kind of led me to write a book, and probably one of the most humorous parts about this is my wife would say to me all the time, Terry, you can't write a grocery list. She'd be right. She would say, your sentences are as long as your truck. She would be right. But I just kept getting the feeling that God wanted me to say something, to tell my story. Uh, Kathy and I were married almost 50 years, and she would tell me many, many days each week, Terry, it's not always about you. And I would jokingly laugh and say, but honey, this time can it be about me? And she would, no, not this time either. So that's where the title of the book came from. It's, I would have to say that it's a love story of two ordinary people with extraordinary love for each other and an extraordinary love for God and what He has done in our lives, still doing in our lives today. And a lot of hard learned lessons in it, but it's lessons that I hope that will help other people going through this grief, not just grief, but everyday life, married life. Married life is not easy sometimes. So I hope people can learn from the hard lessons that I've learned and from the love that I have for my wife and God also.
You talked about your wife, and you were sharing with me that she passed away about a year and a half ago. But you were talking about that she would joke with you that you couldn't even write a grocery list. So how did it happen? How did you like? What was the process like writing a book?
Scott, I try very hard daily to listen to God. God talks to all of us. I'm not talking about audibly, but God talks to all of us if we listen. Um, he talks to us through His Word. He talks to us through friends, people we don't even know. And this was mentioned to me about writing a book about my wife and our life together. And I thought there's nobody in the world that wants to hear this. But God just kept pushing me, little things that a couple of times that my children said. I have three sons that are a great influence on me, just like my wife still is today. She is as much influence on me today than if she were here with me right this minute. Because after almost 50 years, you know what that other person's going to say. So it just kept coming to me, write your book. Finally, our middle son said, Dad, tell your story. And that was, I think God using Clint to say this, tell your story. So I sat down with a computer, a laptop, which I never owned a laptop in my life. And I asked God, okay, if you'll give me the words, I'm going to do this. And that's how it started. So people, if you ever think, I couldn't write a book, couldn't do this, couldn't do it. Okay, just do it. There's some reason you're getting this in your head. And I'm telling you, it's always God if we just listen. So that's how it happened. And I was very blessed to have a chance to do this. And again, I just hope and pray every day that it will help others somehow, some way. And it's a story, a real story, honest story, and from my heart. And every word in this book is from God. I can tell you that.
That's great. And I love your even the title and how you're honoring your wife, Kathy, and her legacy of even in writing a book, you titled it, It's Not Always About You. Is there anything else you want to share with us about your journey or your book?
It's been an exciting journey. I've met people like yourself that I probably have never would have had the chance to meet you. The publishing company, Christian Faith Publishing, has been tremendous to me, very patient with me and very understanding. Um, I learned what editing a book is, what it's all about, but they were very gracious and time giving. It just great people. And the journey along this path that I've gone through it's helped me, and it's also given me a chance to help others. So I just would like to tell people, don't ever give up. We all have stories. And in each of our lives, if we'll take time, there's somebody that needs to hear our stories, somebody that might help. So whatever we think might not have any bearing on helping somebody else, it could turn out to be a huge bearing on helping somebody else. And if we just give it a shot, God will give us the rest. I promise you that. If we'll just listen to Him and do what He's asking us to do, I can tell you this, there's not anybody in the world that could have been more nervous, more apprehensive about doing something like this than myself. But as it turns out, I've learned so much from it. And I hope that during my learning course, it will help other people learn also. And I hope they enjoy it. There's a lot of things that make you laugh, you make you cry, and probably quite a few that make you think, does this guy ever learn from his mistakes? But it's all fun. And I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. His book, again, it's Terry Newman. Name of the book is It's Not Always About You. You can get a copy of his book online through the Christian Faith website. His book has a webpage. You can also get it online through Amazon, through Barnes & Noble. It's even available as an ebook on iTunes. Terry, we thank you again for joining us and just sharing your story and allowing a legacy to be left.
Scott, I appreciate it very much. I'd ask, please purchase the book, and most of all, share what's in it. Thanks again. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.